He says that was his position then, that's his position today. But I guess what I want to try to pin down is, what does it mean exactly? He's going to order a change in mission, timetable of 16 months, but listen to the commanders on tactics. So does that mean that after 2 or 3 months, if the commanders come and say, you know, we have to freeze with the withdrawals, there will be a freeze?
I think what it means is clearly Senator Obama is outlining a strategy to redeploy our forces out of Iraq. Senator McCain has a strategy of staying there indefinitely. That is the key significant strategic difference. I think in terms of the operational consequences, Senator Obama has always recognized there will be a residual American force, get combat troops out as quickly as possible, but there will be a force for counterterrorism, training Iraqi security forces, and also force protection. And I think the key issue in terms of what he's listening to, what I hope he's listening to, is force protection of American military forces there. But as far as reversing the deployment, I think he won't do that, because I think in the grand strategy, the great strategy, we have to have more forces in Afghanistan.
But you're saying if the forces are needed to protect American troops, this residual force could go up and all the combat troops might not come out.
I doubt very seriously, because the issue here is not so much, and this is where I think the debate gets sort of bogged down in dates and details, etc. I think the way to focus on the debate is the missions that our forces have. The mission of force protection, the mission of counterterrorism, the mission of training, those are the missions that Senator Obama recognizes, and he'll listen to the commanders about how to do that. But the clear strategy of redeploying forces out, coming down irreversibly, is a strategy that he's been consistently proposing.
George, 2 things. One is there's been a significant change in Barack Obama's position on Iraq in the last week. He said very clearly throughout the whole primary campaign that he wanted the troops out as quickly as possible, regardless of conditions on the ground. That's what Senator McCain disagreed with.
But he just said during the primaries there that he would listen to the commanders on tactics.
Yeah, on tactics, but honestly, you listen to him what he said this week in Montana. He said he would be affected by what the commanders told him, and he'd be focused on what's good for the safety of our troops, very good, and for the stability of Iraq. Now, that's basically John McCain's position. John McCain wants our troops out of Iraq as quickly as possible. In fact, as a result of the surge that John McCain advocated, our troops are coming out of Iraq, and I think they'll continue to come out of Iraq. He doesn't want them to stay there forever in battle. Barack Obama has the same position
as John McCain. Why should people vote for John McCain?
Why should people vote for Barack Obama? Then I think the significant fact is this. McCain has been principled and consistent. He put his whole campaign on the line to take an unpopular position about what should happen in Iraq because he thought it was that important to our country. Senator Obama has been shifting. And I want a president who's going to be true to what he believes is best for our country. And I think that's what John McCain has shown with regard to Iraq and throughout his entire career.
And just to be clear, Senator Reed, you are saying that at some level, the size of the residual force, the pace of the withdrawal has to be tied to conditions on the ground.
Well, it has to be tied to the advice the military commanders give, which is a function almost directly of conditions on the ground. But there's another important condition on the ground that's just too often overlooked. It's the political condition. It's what the Iraqis are willing to do, the reconciliation efforts, those real efforts, not some of the legislations that passed but not implemented. And one of the factors I think that will influence decisively Iraqi political action is a clear indication that we're leaving. They have been dawdling a bit because I think they feel, particularly with Senator McCain, that they have unlimited time. They don't have unlimited time. We have to make it clear to them, and I think this does it quite precisely, of saying we are redeploying our forces. We're coming out. We'll help you, but you have to help yourself.
That's with all respect to Jack, and he's my dear friend, the Iraqi political leadership has reconciled. I mean, that's one of the great things that's happened as a result of the surge. There's greater security. Maliki has shown strength, so the Sunnis are now trusting him, and the Kurds are as well. The economy is moving. Iraq is on the way.
Right?
The U.S. is withdrawing. In fact, excuse me, the surge troops are coming out. We expect to hear from General Petraeus this summer, as he told us earlier in the year before the Armed Services Committee, about whether we can bring more troops out in the fall. So this is all heading in the right direction. And that's why I say, because of Senator Obama's shifting, the American people are going to have to ask themselves on Iraq and a lot of other questions, which Barack Obama will govern if he is elected? Will it be the positions he took during the primary, or the positions that he's taking now? With John McCain, I think they know who he is and what they're going to get as president.